Hey, welcome back YouTube to another video with the Florida Stacker. I took 2 trips, one to each of my local coin shops over the last few days, and I have some gold pickups as well as some silver pickups to show you. So if that interests you, then stay tuned. Hey YouTube Stackers, and welcome back. All right, so as mentioned in my preview, I took 2 trips this week to 2 different coin shops in the Central Florida area. But before we get into the good news, I'd like to kind of just be honest and upfront. I did actually sell some silver and gold in this transaction. Don't worry, I actually picked up more silver and gold in the process. So all in all, I spent $1,000 at my local coin shop, and let me tell you about my transaction. Before I go much further, I also wanted to say that if you've been subscribed or tuned in to my 90 ounces in 10 weeks, that's 90 ounces of silver in 10 weeks, stacking challenge, it's a personal challenge of mine to stack back quite a bit of silver over a short period of time, just to build up my silver stack, as I'd been mostly focused on stacking some gold earlier in the year. So I tried to keep about a 60% gold, 35% silver, 5% platinum physical allocation. Now it's not perfect. I drift, a little left and right of those limits, but all in all, that's the balance that I'm trying to keep. So I ended up selling 23 ounces of generic silver rounds. Basically, I sold all 23 of the Buffalo rounds that I'd been stacking to complete 2 tubes of generic Buffalo rounds. Now, I sold them at $18.75 or $1.25 over spot, and I also sold a 10-ounce generic bar for $1 over spot or $185. Then, I also sold 2.5 ounces of fractional gold coins. I sold one 1/2 ounce eagle for $8.75, which was 10 over. I also sold 6 1/4 ounce gold eagles for $442.75 each. That was also 10 over. And I sold 5 1/10 ounce gold eagles for $183 each, also 10 over. With each coin, I did receive $10 in premium back, which really helped because at the end of it, I had $5,062.75, but I turned around and bought 40 Canadian Maple Leafs. Now, the first tube that I picked up, this is the tube of 2020, so this is the tube that we're working. All right, so the first tube that I picked up, yeah, here we go, is this tube of 2014 Canadian Maple Leafs. And not only did I score some Maple Leafs, but I also scored these near-perfect vintage Royal Canadian Mint tubes, which will hold 20 Maple Leafs instead of the 25 Maple Leafs that are shipped in, the current tubes with the yellow tops. These work awesome for my safe. I do have shelves in my safe, so these just work because the taller 25 coin tubes, they just don't work unless I lay them down on their side, and it's just different than all the other tubes that I've got. So if you're like me and you've got OCD, then you want everything to be dress as much as possible. And anyway, so I grabbed those 2014 Maple Leafs, and here is the second tube, and these are 2013 Maple Leafs. So 40 ounces of silver. I did sell 33 ounces and accumulated this 40 ounces. So I went from generic to Canadian Maple Leafs, and they're in pretty good condition. So that is going into the base of my stack being 90% silver, American Silver Eagles, and Canadian Maple Leafs. Okay, so that was $800. I paid $20 per coin, so $800. And then this is the highlight of the day. All right, guys. So I mentioned that they had some brand new gold, and it's not brand new, not 2020, but let me show you what I got. So my coin shop had a bunch of 2007 1 ounce American Gold Eagles uncirculated, and they came in these actual mint capsules. Now these mint capsules don't work with the way that I'm storing all of my gold bullion, so I pulled them out, and here you go. I've got the other 2 boxes here, so we'll just go ahead and set that to the side. And here is the first one, a perfect 2007 1 ounce gold eagle. Really a beautiful coin. All right, so we'll go ahead and sit that down. Turn her back around, Lady Liberty there. Here's the second one, another 2007. Beautiful. All right, sit that down. And finally, the third one, also a 2007. As mentioned, they all came in their original mint capsules. Absolutely beautiful. They look perfect. They really do. Like, it's really hard to see any kind of a blemish or problem at all with any of these 3 beautiful American Eagles. Okay, so what did I pay to make all this happen? So as mentioned, I received $5,062.75 back for the sale of 2.5 ounces in fractional gold. I did receive $10 over spot for all 12 of those coins, so $120 over spot was what I got back in premium. I did lose a little bit in my sale of 23 Buffalo rounds. I received $18.75 or $1.25 over spot for those, and also a 1 10-ounce generic silver bar for $1.85 or $1 over spot. So all in all, $5,062.75. Now, I mentioned that I paid $20 per coin for these Canadian maple leafs, so that's $800. And then for these beautiful gold coins here, I paid $25 over spot, which worked out to be $1,755. So I spent $6,065 in grand total. I ended up spending a little more than $1,000. I ended up spending $1,002.25. And in return, I picked up $988.21 worth of intrinsic value, that is, in gold and silver. The value of the silver being $122.71, and the value of a half ounce of gold at $865.50. That's spot price as of close. So I paid $14.04 in premium. So all in all, $1,002 spent, and that gets me a half ounce of gold and 7 ounces of silver. So let's go ahead and grab all of these beautiful gold eagles. Actually, we'll just go ahead and put all 5.5 ounces. This is all of my American gold. I'm going to have to go ahead and be careful here because it's actually not as easy as it looks. All right, let's try to get the buffalo and the half ounce eagles. So there you go. That is 5.5 ounces of American gold. I think that this was a pretty smart transaction for another reason, and that is the fact that I was able to grab the gold. And for, if you do the math, you know, paying a $14 premium to pick up a half ounce of gold in weight, that's fantastic. It's fantastic all around, especially considering 7 ounces of silver that was in that transaction, and you know what the premiums are on silver right now. So here's the reason that I think that this was a good idea, and time will tell. And if I'm wrong, well, screw it, I've got gold. You know, at the end of the day, it's like, oh man, all right, but let me talk about it. So I really truly think that we're going to see another drop in the stock market. Now, maybe not quite as fierce and far as the first dip in the stock market, but I really do think we're going to experience a W-shaped recovery, and we'll see another sell-off. I think it's stupid money in the game right now. Pretty much any analyst with half a brain that you follow on any of the popular financial websites, you know, they're going to tell you that we're in dangerous territory right now, and we are. So what I think is going to happen is I think we're going to see another sell-off. I don't know if it'll be a full 20% plus sell-off, but I do think it'll be substantial enough for us to see another dip in silver price. I think we're going to see a pretty strong possibility of at least $15 silver at another point during this year. And it is my goal to restack that silver that I lost, those generic rounds, especially at a better price than what I sold them for. So if I can get them at 1875 or less, which would be brilliant, then all in all, this was not only a good deal, but it would be an absolute great deal. One last thing before we go is I did do a swap. I did a trade with a fellow YouTube stacker, Silver 5150. If you are not familiar or not subscribed to Silver 5150's channel, please do head to his channel. He has approximately 950 subscribers. He's only 50 short of that magic 1,000. And if you're a YouTube content creator or you've tried to create content in the past and grow your channel, especially in this small community that we're in, the YouTube stacking community, then you know how hard and how long it can take to grow your channel. So the best way that we can show Silver 5150 some gratitude and grace for taking some time out of his day to educate us, which he does, as well as share some pretty awesome silver with the community, is to simply subscribe to his channel. So please head on over to Silver 5150's channel. I did trade him my 1 kilo Royal Canadian Mint silver bar for a full tube of the 2020 Canadian Krakens. It's 28 ounces in all, and then also some Philharmonics. So all in all, it was a fair trade, fair deal. We both covered shipping, and man, I think my bar got to him in 2 days, maybe 3. I haven't talked to him directly since then. But I got his coins in 2 days. That was pretty epically fast. So what that does is now I'm done. I have 14 Royal Canadian Mint Krakens. So I'm done with that tube. And I also am just so close to finishing up the tube of 2020 Maple Leafs, just 2 left. So that's going to help us out quite a bit. So we'll be able to finish off a tube of Eagles, finish off a tube of generic, and those last 2 Canadian Maple Leafs for over these last 3 weeks of the challenge. And we'll be prime and ready for the third quarter. So beginning July through September, we'll be looking at a third quarter goal of about $2,500 that I've got earmarked towards savings. That's based on my budget right now. So over that 14-week period, I'm going to really, strive hard to save and hit that $2,500 target. And by doing so, I think we can pick up 60 ounces of silver and another ½ ounce of gold. So that's the plan. We'll talk more in my upcoming video, my Silver Tube Challenge video. But I'd like to thank you all for tuning in tonight and watching this video, especially with all this awesome 1 ounce beautiful gold here in front of us. Take care, everybody. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you soon.